Hello! We've got a new DevBlog posted by the old school team, content poll 26. So they're starting off with the Amulet of the Damned. Alongside the polling of God Wars dungeon back in September 2013, they offered an item called the Amulet of the Damned. The purpose of the amulet was to give a small buff to the Barrow's armors. During the poll, this amulet was reasonably well received, however it did not hit the 75% threshold. And in fact, I just checked and it's got 62%. They've still found many members of the community asking for a rejuvenation to the Barrow's sets. They've rethought the Amulet of the Damned, giving it a major rework, and they would like to offer a new version with Content Poll 26. They would like the Amulet of the Damned to come from chests behind the silver doors below Morton. This gives players a little more incentive to take part in the Shades of Morton activity, and certainly suits the idea that the amulet will be used in conjunction with the Barrow's armors. The Amulet of the Damned, when worn with a full Barrow set, would give the armor the following additional effects. So Darok's armor. When the wearer is attacked, they will have a 1/4 chance that 15% of the damage rebounds onto their opponent. This does not reduce the damage taken by the wearer. Carols. When the wearer is attacking their opponent, they have a 1/4 chance of dealing 2 damage splats. The second damage splat would be half the damage of the first. In PvP, where Carol's sets already has a 1/4 chance of reducing the target's agility level, both of these effects would happen at the same time. The Aram set. When the wearer is attacking their opponent with autocast spells, they have a 1/4 chance of dealing 2 damage splats. The second will be the same as the first. Aram set already has a 1/4 chance of reducing the target's strength level by 5. Both of these effects would happen at the same time. Guthans. The existing healing effect will be capable of raising your health to 5 above your base hit point level. So if you're 99 hit points, then that will go up to 104, which sounds quite powerful. Torags. When the existing set effect activates to drain your opponent's run energy, you'll have a 10-second period during which your attack speed will dramatically increase. The set effect would no longer trigger again during that period. This would apply in PvM combat with the same 1/4 chance as in PvP. And finally, Varroc's set. When the existing set effect activates to hit through your opponent's prayer, you would also get a 3 prayer point restore. While worn in combat, the amulet would degrade at the same rate that Barrow's items do, and would crumble to dust when worn out or dropped on death. The pristine version of the amulet would be tradable. Once it's degraded, it would be then untradeable. Although the amulet could not be repaired by characters such as Bob, it would be possible to use 2 degraded amulets on each other to decant the remaining health of one amulet onto the other, rather like pouring water between 2 watering cans. So the question in the content poll 26 will be, should they introduce the Amulet of the Damned? An amulet, when worn with any full Barrow set, improves the effects of the Barrow set worn. This amulet would come from the chest behind the silver door underneath Morton, and would degrade at the same rate as Barrow's armor, eventually crumbling to dust. So that sounds like an interesting idea. Hopefully it will get more people playing Shades of Morton, and more people using Barrows. Although some of the set effects sound very powerful, but I guess that's kind of the whole point. They have to be, otherwise what's the point? Next, the Dark Core Pet. With the upcoming release of Corporeal Beast, one of the most frequent questions they've been seeing is there going to be a pet? The answer is up to us. They're going to be offering the possibility of receiving a Dark Core pet from the Corporeal Beast as a mega rare drop. For those of us unfamiliar with the mechanics of the Corporeal Beast, the Dark Core hops out of the Corporeal Beast chest and causes havoc throughout your battle with the monster, persistently dealing you damage unless you deal with it. It's small, cool looking, and it's an iconic part of killing the corp, and they feel that it's incredibly fitting for a pet, and they hope that we agree. So the question in Content Poll 26 will be, should the forthcoming Corporeal Beast drop a pet version of its Dark Core? Like the other bosses, this would be an additional drop, and would not replace any of the items. Next, Classic Clan Wars Arena. Before Mod Alfred parted ways with the old school team, he spent some time recreating the Clan Wars Classic Arena. Many of us will remember this as the original Clan Wars map from RuneScape 3. They have the map available, and it's something that a fair few players have said that they're interested in. They'll be offering the release of the Clan Wars Classic map for old school Clan Wars with content poll 26, although it will only be accessible to members. So the question will be, Mod Alfred constructed the Clan Wars Classic arena for Clan Wars. Shall they release this as an additional arena? And it will be available to the free-to-play worlds too. Well, obviously it's a great idea. I'm a bit confused because just at the top they've said it's only accessible for members, and in the question they're saying it will be available on free-to-play worlds too, but who knows. Next is the additions to free-to-play. In Content Poll 26, they'll be offering the chance to have several existing members-only items and spells made available for use in free-to-play. They'll be offering the following items to free-to-play players: Rune Boots, U-Shortbow, Split Bark equipment, and attack and defense potions. They'll also be offering the following spells: Teleblock and Snare. They hope that offering these items to free-to-play players will both bring a little more variety to the free-to-play and create a little more value in these items. Currently items like Rune Boots and Split Bark don't have a huge amount of demand due to their available alternatives. Offering these items to free-to-play will create that demand. Now, I'm unsure if this is a good idea. I think it would actually increase the demand for these items, although in my head I just think of it as, no, these are members items, but perhaps this is actually quite a good idea. So the questions will be, should Rune Boots be made available on free-to-play and free-to-play style worlds? Should U-Shortbows be made usable on free-to-play and free-to-play style worlds? Should Split Bark armor be made available on free-to-play and free-to-play style worlds? Should attack and defense potions be made available on free-to-play and free-to-play style worlds? Should Teleblock be made available on free-to-play and free-to-play style worlds? And should Snare be made available on free-to-play and free-to-play style worlds? So the other questions that they're going to be including in this content poll are: Mod Alfred, before he left, made an animation for Tip Fedora emote. Should they release this animation with the fedora hat? Should it be possible to split all potions from a 4-dose to 2 2-dose potions, and 2-dose potions to 2 1-dose potions, and from 3-dose potions to 2-dose and a 1-dose potion? So basically, can you split them up into any style that you want? Next, should they add some gargoyles to Neve's Cave? If gargoyles are added to Neve's Cave, should it be permitted to use the cannon near them? Should the humidify spell work on saplings in your inventory? Should players be unable to use the ancient teleport tablets within 15 minutes of having logged out of a free-to-play world? They have been used by free-to-play clan members to return to wars incredibly quickly, creating a large amount of imbalance in free-to-play warring. This restriction would not limit players in day-to-day use of the teleports, but would solve the problem for the free-to-play clan wars. And finally, should they add a bag that holds the materials for repairing the Flamtear temple at Morton? This would allow players to carry 60 timber beams, 60 limestone bricks, and 500 swamp paste within one inventory slot. The bag will be found in the chest behind the steel, black, and silver doors below Morton, and players could only have one bag at a time. So this is an interesting devlog. I think I quite like a lot of these things, and I can't wait to vote in that. So if you've enjoyed this video, please like and share, and if you want to keep up to date with old school RuneScape updates, devblogs, and polls, please subscribe. I've been Lewis, thanks for watching, goodbye.